What's going on, everybody? Happy Wednesday. It's hump day. Hump day. That Geico commercial always gets me every time, but we got ourselves live with Lindy going on right now. We got ourselves Underdog boost. We got ourselves college basketball boost, which I don't know how the hell we're going to utilize it. I'm sure we'll get hooked on it, though, like I had the last two, hooked on phonics, not just for reading. I read the fact that I got hooked on both those college basketball cards where we did utilize the full 50, and that's $680 I should have in my pocket. But you know what? That's okay. We're still doing all right in the pick'em streets, especially because of what we've done with some of the Utah Jazz players, some of these other players in some of these questionable situations. And if you do follow me over on Tails, which you all do, right? I just sent out that I'm live. I need to turn this music down because it's going to make me deaf otherwise. So there's that. But we got ourselves so many things. Let's fucking go. Westbrook, Monk, and Carter out. So here's what I did. I want to explain this because the Devin Carter injury was kind of an interesting one to me that happened at the tail end of last night after I got done recording because, well, I recorded, 12:30 a.m. Eastern time, 9:30 p.m. Pacific time. Generally, I'm in this chair for over 12 hours a day. Today, it's going to be about 16. Did the PGA strategy show over on Stochastic, which was fantastic stuff. Filled in for my good friend Ben Raza. Hopefully, you guys found some good information there for PGA DFS. There's a lot of good tournaments for the Players Championship, and I might find a couple of bets over in the Underdog streets for us here to potentially find some boosts because there's a $100 max, 2 boosts that we could utilize over the course of the next 2 days. That's really good stuff. So, tons of value. Why I focus on Underdog, because it's now 3.5x for the 2 picks, 6.5x for the 3 pick. That is the best payout in the pick'em industry right now, period, full stop. But PrizePicks has treated us really well the last couple days, gotten some early cards through the window, and then today secured some value, but secured value in kind of a sharp way. So I didn't know whether Russell Westbrook would play or not. I had no clue whether or not he would play or not. But I posted in the VIP, which is the last day, by the way, for you to be able to sign up and utilize that as I'm sharing this right now. I know I'm all over the place, but promo code second half, 50% off a month, $25. The link is in my bio over on X. It is down in the video description box below. That first link you look at, less than $1 a day. We've been having a really good month, been posting my results, been throwing everything up over in the Pickett screenshots. It's been good times overall. That said, I'm selfish. I want more money. I want more money, especially for the people who are paying for my information. And as such, fired this up. I'm a little confused that we haven't gotten the Keontae George thing again. It feels like he's probably going to play now at this point. But I threw Russell Westbrook in because if it gets downgraded from 6 to 5 pick, it still pays out with like the -119, -118 type baselines, which is the best pick out structure available over on PrizePicks. So Maxime Reynaud, Nick Clifford. You might have also noticed bets that I had from the VIP from last night. Nick Clifford, and Maxime Reynaud. If you're paying attention to news, if you're paying attention to the way things go for some of these tanking teams and veterans on back-to-backs for teams that have nothing left to play for, look at the record. Look at the record. Also, I was watching my Cyclones today while I was at work. I apologize to everybody involved. We fucking destroyed. Daddy needs a new bicycle. But we got ourselves so much good stuff in terms of value. We have so much CLV coming our direction. And I did see my good friend DK DFS also ended up on this. Now, I posted it the night before, so I beat him a little bit. But also, it's unfair because I know generally my content is the first stuff that hits YouTube, the first stuff that hits X. Night before. That's how it works. And my good friend, DK DFS, once you know it, he ends up on the same combo. And it makes me so happy because I can't tell you how sharp this guy is. He's the most important person, in my opinion, in Tails. He is an authority figure. He is the staple, the bedrock of what we do at Tails. And I want you guys to check out his content. This was behind the VIP as well. I jumped on this early. He ends up on the Maxime Reynaud, 22.5 points plus rebounds. But he is the sharpest NBA guy. And when we're in alignment, things generally are really, really good. Good friend of mine, somebody that I need you checking out on a daily basis over on X, over on Tails, because he's accountable, he's incredible, and he's got good teeth. I don't know why I threw that last one in. That sounds like I'm trying to, fornicate. I'm definitely not. I love my wife. Let's get ourselves to some plays, shall we? How's everybody doing here? Snoochie Boochie's feeling good. Going live 1 hour later every day. You got 3 p.m. Pacific would be rat. Don't tell me what to do. Don't tell me what to do. Polly Pocket. I do love my wife, but I also love you too. We got ourselves LFG Exit Screaming. Feels good. I just saw Thrash Metal get back in the Discord. I'm starting to see a lot of my old friends because I know what time it is. I will repeat for the people in the back. I just zoomed in on it, but last day to take advantage of promo code second half, 50% off a month. If I can't pay you off over the course of a month sample size with the free stuff that I put over on Tails and the VIP stuff on Tails and the free videos on YouTube, well, get every single play day in, day out for less than $1 a day. It is the best deal that I'm going to run. I've never done this before in my life. It's been 5 years. I might run a yearly promotion. I might for MLB. I don't know. I'm trying to gauge interest, see who's interested, see who's not interested. Maybe I'm not really interested. All we're trying to do is, hype up, make some bad decisions, maybe play a game called Just the Tip, just to see how it feels. But last day to take advantage of that. So my guy Clintwood giving me some love. Everybody over here covered the PGA. We talked through the ins and outs of that this morning at 5:30 a.m. my time. If you don't love that, I don't know what to tell you. I am hopped up on Mountain Dew. I'm caffeinated. And I've got water, and it's in. Life is good. With that, let's make some money, shall we? Let's start laying the land here in the NBA streets. We'll get into some NHL as well. There's only 2 games in NHL. There's a lot of value over on Underdog. I repeat, 3.5x, 6.5x. The payout structure is what we are interested in our lives. We also have some Shangoon interest, and I'm going to talk you through the ins and outs of some of the rates that I pulled up here because I've got Shangoon at the top of my screen here. Also, we can go per one. This per one is extremely valuable when you're dealing with rates because we can adjust them based on the team. And I think that is a very underrated function of what we can do over in the prop streets with the stochastic prop tool. So with that, shout out Iowa State, 91-42. Always good when you double up the team you're playing against in the Big 12 tournament. Also, that's Hilton West or Hilton South. Hilton South. There we go. If I hear Hilton again, that might be a Kalshi thing to pay attention to. They say Hilton every damn telecast 45,000 times, but NBA injury report. I threw this out in the premium Discord as well. Check this out right now. We're feeling good, feeling great, feeling good. How are you? We got ourselves lots of goodness, but we'd start here. Hit on the Hart news with Shamit. We fired up Shamit points. That felt good. Really on top of news today on a 6-game slate. Now I think we should get to these before the 3 p.m. Eastern time news drop for Jazz. Didn't really come. We got John Conchar ruled out much earlier in the day. Didn't get anything from Keontae George, which I kind of expected right around this 3 p.m. Eastern time slot. But 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific, news drop for the Kings surely came to fruition exactly the way we wanted. Yeah, it becomes a 5-pick flex, but I think we're okay with that with the Sacramento side. And I'm willing to risk the fact that the Jazz won the last game with Keontae George. They probably are telling him, you know what, you can take the day off. You can kick your feet up. They don't want to get in trouble with the NBA anymore, but they threw the illness thing out with Isaiah Collier. Collier is back. I'm kind of expecting Keontae George to get ruled out and Isaiah Collier to get the start. But Westbrook ruled out. Malik Monk ruled out. Devin Carter ruled out. A little weird to me that one of the names that I didn't say is DeMar DeRozan. He's not going to play 32 minutes. I'd be very, very surprised with Daquan Plowden if he played that. But, they have an 8-man rotation now. That is an 8-man rotation that we absolutely fucking slammed value with. That is what I'm talking about. That's what Maryland does. Crab cakes and football. I'm really caffeinated. Can you tell? I don't know if you can or not. I love my mama bear too. I love them. I like good teeth. Ooh, you do? DKDFS is your guy. But, I should throw a banner up. I should throw this up. We got our live overlay. Let's look at what happened to some of these Sacramento props because I still don't think they've adjusted enough to what we could be dealing with. 26.5 up from 24.5, 9.5 rebounds, 1.5 assists. The assist part is definitely what we capitalized on yesterday. And if you were watching this show, it sucked. It sucked to get Cam Jones starting for Indy. He had 11 PRA going into the fourth quarter. He played the entire fourth frickin' quarter. If you go to Wowie and you go to rotations, boy, did this piss me off. Boy, did this piss me off. We're actually going to pull up Indy, where the players do not play. They do not ride on them things like every day. But you might have noticed yesterday, Cam Jones was terrible. Then he checks in and goes ballistic. 3. Made a 3. Made another 3. Rebound. Assist. Rebound. Assist. Field goal. Rebound. Assist. Done. Dead. Kaput. 11 minutes and 26 seconds. Played basically the entire fourth quarter. Once he checked back in, and we were looking really good because this was a terrible rotation. Actually, that was fine. He was fine there. This was the terrible rotation. Nothing there. Lots of steals to buoy the fantasy outlook if you played the night slate, but I want to capitalize on this. Malik Monk got hurt right here. And when he got hurt right here, I knew I was going to be betting Neat Clifford to the moon. To the moon. Look at what we could be in store for today. We're already on that in the VIP. That's reason enough to be in the VIP. That would pay for itself in terms of CLV. Yeah, you know me. You down with CLV? You could go to the alt lines right now on Neat Clifford. This is over on OddShopper for what it's worth. We got ourselves promo code Lindy15. Lindy15 gets you 15% off anything here at OddShopper as well. 13.5 points. And his PRA looking awfully zesty. Zestfully clean. You could go to the alt. You could go to 21.5. You could probably capitalize on something there. Bovada's got it posted. Other books are going to get it posted as we go along. This is at 19.5 where we capitalized on it. Now minus 230 at DraftKings, minus 370 at Pick 6. Boy, oh boy, do I feel good about how I did my job. And I talk staccato. And we keep going. Oh, Lindy, you give me the giggles. Yeah, fucking right. We got ourselves DeRozan at 16.5 points. It's a 3-point bump from last game. It juices the over. What are the minutes projections for DeRozan? Just talked about it. I know you're coming in a little bit late, but Pete's one of the good people, so I will talk through it. There's a lot of places at 32. I think that's a little aggressive because I think Doug McDermott eats up a lot of this DeMar DeRozan time. I've got him closer to 28 minutes right now here at Stochastic. As we update, let me upgrade for you, grade for you. DeMar DeRozan sitting at 25. This is much more in line. I middled the two of them in what I'm doing on the custom side of things. Again, my personal stuff is my personal stuff, and we want to be keeping it personal. But the tool itself allows for us to change some of those rates. And if you go in here, and let's say we do straddle it to where I'm at, 28, I think under assists still makes sense at 4.5. 21.5 points plus assists, kind of an interesting angle. I thought about shorting some of DeMar DeRozan, but I knew I had to do it after this news dropped. Plus, now we got all the point guards out. Of course, there's going to be a lot more creation for the first half for a guy like DeMar DeRozan. But 21.5 points plus assists is a gigantic number. If you just go based off of our minutes here, that's kind of where you're sitting at. And what isn't listed here are props for Doug McDermott. He's not listed anywhere yet. Now, my boy, Dougie McBuckets, shout out Ames, Iowa. Shout out his dad, Mikey, over in Creighton. And Northern Iowa to Iowa State to Creighton. That would be the progression. He was the coach when I was there. Great human being. Could not advocate for him as a human being enough. Creighton sucks this year, but he's given us some good things in life. Ryan Kalkbrenner was lovely. We had, Baylor Shireman, also another Creighton great. I know ball, but I know for a fact that Doug McDermott props are going to take a little bit of time to roll out. So as it stands right now, I'm much higher than the market still on Neat Clifford for this show. I think the most advantageous angle for us right now for Neat Clifford is looking more at the points. Now, we have this pretty low. I'm expecting more like 34 for him, and if 25 exists here for DeMar DeRozan, they're going to share the floor to start the game. They're also going to play absent each other for a lot of it. So from a per minute rate perspective, I am looking at Sacramento, which we're going to go down here. I need water. Grant Williams ruled out. We knew that was going to come. Back-to-back. Never plays back-to-backs. Tejon Soron also ruled out. But we're going to take off the floor a couple of individuals. First guy we're going to take off is Zach LaVine because he doesn't exist anymore. They do exist. Malik Monk, Devin Carter, and Russell Westbrook all the way on the edge. Saric is there, which is hilarious. Schroeder's there, hilarious. Hunter out for the season. Ellis plays for Cleveland. Anybody else that I need to take off the gosh darn floor? Oh, Domantas Sabonis. He's pretty important. Keegan Murray. There's 10 dudes. We're taking 10 dudes off the damn floor. Now, it's going to be a small minutes allotment here for the rates. But one thing we can do, and it's going to be available on the screen very shortly. I don't know when. I don't know how. Maybe by magic. But we're going to see it very, very shortly. We're going to be able to go in and edit these rates per minute. You double click per 36 and it changes to 1. Okay. Now, obviously, there's so many guys off the floor. I might need to do this one more time. This doesn't seem like it's going to click. So let's take the guys who are useless. Let's take Ellis off. Saric off. Let's go to 8. See if that pops. Yeah, see, I knew there were going to be very, very limited sample sizes, but Daquan Plowden, not shocking. A lot of this is going to be blowout run type stuff, but we go to a per minute basis for like a Neat Clifford here, 0.35 points per minute. We've got him up there a little bit higher than that. It is Charlotte. Charlotte, very good offensively, not very good defensively. They play slow. They play kind of like the same way that Boston does. I've talked about that how many times? 33 and 33. Shout out them for trying and stuff. 26th in pace, but defensively, defensive strength of schedule, they've played some nobodies, and their adjusted defensive rate sitting middle of the pack, 114.6. Overall, decent for offense, bad matchup for Sacramento defensively. Obviously. These are things that are very obvious to me. But I'm going to give a little bit of a bump to Maxime Reynaud. We've got a very small sample size. We've got very little minutes here for like a Keon Ellis of sorts. So I'm going to give him one little tap-a-roo right there. So around 0.4 points per minute. I'm going to apply those changes and see kind of what it does to us here. Still has him pretty flat. I mean, he needs a lot of minutes, and obviously that's what we're expecting today with an 8-man rotation, especially. Not a lot of guard minutes that exist. So I'm excited to see where Killian Hayes props end up. I'm excited to see where Daquan Plowden ends up. But like McDermott can eat into DeRozan. That's the main thing I'm seeing is DeRozan downside, McDermott upside. Drew Eubanks, Maxime Reynaud. I know it's a back-to-back, and we've seen against like New Orleans where Drew Eubanks played almost that entire fourth quarter. Always watching, always lurking, always in the shadows. Personal stuff. I'm a personal person. I'm a fun guy. I like the game of basketball. Music's still a little loud, isn't it? It's a little loud, a little louder than I want it to be. A little louder than I want it to be. Get this covered as well. Yeah, a lot of the value that I'm going to present on this show is stuff that happened before that you can look ahead to for the next slate, but also we're going to have some stuff that pops as these lines start to roll out for these other ancillary Sacramento pieces. My thing is that Neat Clifford, whether you want the entire portfolio, he was at 7.5 rebounds plus assists. Those were good times. We got on the rebounds over 4.5, now 0.87. That feels good. I think the points might be the most advantageous path we take here left. And Precious Achiuwa might have to play gobsmack of minutes for no reason, because welcome to Precious Achiuwa land. I mean, they've already inflated quite a bit for what it's worth. Reynaud could not be sitting better with him, some of those tickets. Let's see what 36 looks like. Honestly, I think 36 is more realistic for him. It's just some ridiculously low rates. 22.5 PRA. Kind of on the outside looking in right there. We got 100 people already watching live over on YouTube. A couple hundred over on X. If you could hit that like button, that would make me very, 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 very happy and titillated, especially titillated. But I very much want this Sacramento game. This is what I'm a little bit worried about for Reynad, because this one game is kind of an outlier, but speaks to what can happen when you have another true center who hasn't played a lot. He ended up playing this entire rotation, starting from the third to the fourth, and Maxime Reynad ends up there. However, it's not like we can't try to middle it if we want to. It's just that he's the guy that they want to give run to. Yeah, we're minus 122 there towards the under. We could go minus 115. Best available right now over on Underdog, although I'm not going to do that at 24.5 and try to middle minus 115. You're drawing to 2 numbers on the entire portfolio. Something I'd be more inclined to do in like the points department, where he's at 15.5. 13.5 was kind of the going rate. But like where we're at, like the value that we've kind of presented there, probably nothing to mine out of it crazy much at the moment outside of, I'll have it as a placeholder, Neek Clifford. I like the points. I like the points alone. I think the usage without DeMar DeRozan on the floor, something that could really, really, really accentuate. Pretty low usage guy as is. DeMar DeRozan, we kind of know what he is. Lower, but a lot of Russell Westbrook, Zach LaVine minutes attached to that. How bad is he as a defender? I'm going to say not great. First percentile seems bad. All right. Let's get to our top bets. This is the stochastic props tool, which we've been sharing throughout the duration of utilizing this. I have it on 50-50 here right now, straddling the line between origination and market-based. And as such, yeah, some of these unders, DeMar DeRozan, points plus assists. I do think there's a downside there. I think he's actually the better placeholder as it stands. Had to wait for the market to adjust, because why would I want to bet this earlier being like, oh, I think DeMar DeRozan plays less than everybody thinks, knowing that the line could move with guys getting ruled out. Sometimes patience is a virtue. I think this is one of those situations. So you've got that, or I think staying away from the rebounds at 2.5 and just going to the assists, 16.5, 4.5, put that all together. That is 21. And we're getting the under on something that the assists are plus money across books. So boom. Minus 125 there. Ooh, daddy like. So yeah, we don't want to play the minus 175 on the under there. The 0.84x multiplier. 1 second. Didn't share this at all yesterday. I think it's about time we brought it back into our lives, huh? How about you? This is my pick'em calculator. Guys, the world is changing on us ever so quickly, and there are lots of things I can do with this that make our lives a lot easier. Just to show you what 0.84x looks like, minus 175. Obviously, now we got everything updated exactly the way that it's supposed to be, minus 175. So I'm able to double check and kind of see what that multiplier looks like. Know that it's probably not the most advantageous add at this point in time at 0.84x. But when you add the combination of them with the points, I do like that lower. I think that's going to be our building block. And it's probably going to get steamed now that I brought it up, and it's probably going to be something that's difficult. Let's take a look at Utah. This is probably the next one where injury news obviously remains very, very interesting. Now, that's the Sacramento one. 1 million people out. We talked about them. Well, we still remain without a center and a huge Q tag. Keontae George, questionable. What do we do with this? What do you think we do with this? Because I think Bryce Sensabaugh, I mean, the CLV that we're going to get on that, Ace Bailey, everything on that PrizePicks card looks awesome even right now, and it could look even better. And I just thought that things might get better. They have something named an Anderson Garcia, who I don't know who that is. I don't actually know who that is that they just called up. He's 6'8". Better than 6'7". Fucking people. Abraham Toro hit a home run for Canada. Oh, hey. Abraham Toro, terrible in the baseballs, but hits home runs now, yeah? Oh, yeah. All right. We're back. Keontae George, this one becomes Isaiah Collier pretty damn quickly. And him and EJ Harkless, I mean, how could you be EJ Harkless? We could end up playing a majority, a crazy amount of minutes between the two of them. I doubt it's going to be a split. It's still going to be skewed towards Isaiah Collier. They can share the floor together. Plus, Bryce Sensabaugh, they have now proven to us they don't want to have him out there in garbage time. They refuse to have he's kind of good. I said kind of in joking that he was good last time because whatever. They definitely do not want him closing games. In fact, their closing rotation last game, Kyle Filipowski, Cody Williams, John Conchar out, Elijah Harkless, and Blake Hinson. And Blake Hinson's the dude who fucked us, by the way. If you had that Golden State -4.5 CLV ticket, don't say it, Poppy. Made three field goal. Both of those assisted by this bitch, Cody Williams. Boom. This is what happens when you watch a lot of basketball. You remember shit. You remember who absolutely railed you, too. That's not helpful. Oh, speaking of getting railed, you zoom in on the browser, it goes crazy on me. I'll be right back. Hilarious to me. I started talking about CLV for the first time in forever, and my computer shuts down on me, zooming in on something again. The zoom function needs to go away. And why this blocks me whenever I have my pick'em calculator up, the world may never know. But you know what? At the same time, it allows for me to talk about promo code second half. If you enjoy this research, if you enjoy talking through the process of every play, every damn day, and getting CLV, whether or not it comes to fruition or not, Poppy, I think we got a pretty good place for you. Plus, we got cricket bets going up night before. Been tailing a lot of those from my bro down under. Probably could find a better way to say that. He's fantastic people. Plus, people like Poppy that just make the world go round. They're just fantastic, beautiful people who, hey, tailed your baseball yesterday, Joe Ryan. That was fun. That was fun for everybody involved. Sorry to Pete for talking him. Well, I didn't talk him out of Hame Hakas. I just said that I wasn't going to bet it because it looked efficient. Guess what? Bam Adebayo scored 83 points. I don't know what to tell you other than game was a game of outliers. He had no interest in doing anything but chuck. How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck Bam Adebayo? I don't think they could chuck Bam Adebayo very far. But let's get ourselves back to the odds screen. Also to tails. We have the in-game function too. Oh my God. Everything is getting so beautiful over at OddsShopper. Everything's so beautiful over at Stochastic. Things are good. Things are good, El Doctor. Back to the NBA props tool though, but now I got to log into this shit again. Give me the code. Give me the code. Give me the code. There we go. All right. Here we are coming back into Underdog. We got DeMar DeRozan still at the top of our board. He's the guy that I want to be prioritizing there, but is there something to prioritize on the Utah side? We got 20.5 PRA locked in already for the one, the only Bryce Sensabaugh. And I still love it. I think Bryce Sensabaugh gets your start. I do not think he closes the game. I think we've made that pretty stone cut dry that they're going to do anything they can not to have guys trying to win basketball games, and Bryce Sensabaugh can do that. Not closing with Keontae George for the last quarter plus. Not closing with Bryce Sensabaugh. Plus, knowing 24 minutes for Keontae George is kind of your limit there. Keontae George unders are pretty interesting. They're pretty interesting. Now, I don't think Landry Shamet is all that interesting anymore. We got some nice CLV on him too. Drink. Got him at 9.5 points. Bet him at 9.5 points yesterday. Also, pick 'em card, 9.5 points yesterday. That's not 9.5 points. His 2.5 threes is plus money still. I stared at that for a long time. Might still partake in a game of chance, but this Ace Bailey combination, this is our first one that we're just going to put 5 on it. Boom, boom, doom, boom, boom. You want plays? I'll give you goddamn plays. DeMar DeRozan, like that under. Bryce Sensabaugh and Ace Bailey, combining the two of them together. Birds of a feather now. If you get Keontae George out, you ever drink Bailey's from a shoe? True odds are still minus money there, but the main thing to point out is this line is going to move. It's going to move, and we don't want to play it on PrizePicks at minus 122. There's probably an advantageous way to fire this up here as well, but the main thing to point out, Keontae George minutes. Can I type it in? Can I type it in? Plug it in, plug it in. Why is it not there? Did he get ruled out while we were here? I don't think so. Boom. Oh, cool. We get to deal with all those Brooklyn idiots tomorrow. That'll be fun. We'll keep that up on cue, actually. But your boy needs a new bicycle. And as such, we like our DeMar DeRozan piece. We're going to keep making him the foundational building block of everything we're doing. Under 21.5 points plus assists. I think that's killing the market, too, for what it's worth. Getting some true odds minus money attached to it, minus 120. And I'm just much lower on the market in terms of what those minutes can be. I don't think they want to play him very much on a back-to-back. What's the point? What does it all mean, Basil? I know they have 8 guys, so it's like somewhat a necessity, but dude played 23 and change minutes yesterday. He's going to play 23 and change minutes today. It's going to be the exact same rotation. I would be shocked if he stepped foot in the fourth quarter. He got 4 minutes of Doug McDermott yesterday. That's going to go 20 more. 24-24. I'll call it right now. They'll be the center split. They'll play Drew Eubanks for like the 16 minutes potentially, and maybe it's 32 for Raynaud. But without Russell Westbrook, Devin Carter, Zach LaVine, Domantas Sabonis, everybody on the floor, Maxime Raynaud should be able to look really, really good. And we got 24.5. He's at 26.5 for that reason. But Utah, Bryce Sensabaugh, not quite understanding the points plus rebounds sitting as low as it is right now. Minus 107. This is actually our best relative to the market right now. And minus 112 at Bet365. Damn good fine. I'll sock it to you one more time. Get it low like an 18 winner. But we got ourselves lots. Bryce Sensabaugh. I'm right around the 28-minute number. His entire portfolio looking like the best. And I think it's going to look better in terms of rates when you take Keontae George off the floor. If he's off the floor, that'd be very good. Keontae George, 29.8 minutes. No. This might be another under, just to have it in the chamber. The nice thing, too, with 2 pick cards, and don't say it too loud, if it gets voided, it gets voided. Whoop-de-doo. If it gets voided, it gets voided. But 25.5 points plus assists, 5 north of it, 4.5 sitting as the number. That's 25. Carry the 1. Put 10 or 20 on it. Boom, boom. Like it. Love it. Want more of it. Actually, I'm going to bet this quick. Hold, please. Hold, please. Let's gamble, shall we? It's actually not gambling. It's being very, very astute with things. Hope the entire King team hits unders. I hate you. I hate you. Don't do that to me. Hey, Eric, do you like OG over 2.5 threes? We'll talk through that. You know, one from a market-based perspective that I really like as well. I've been staring at it. So we were on Cat overs from this last one. Look at this. 36.5 is the going rate in the market, but you see Underdog's absent there. We got to go to the alt line, and we got to go to 37.5 for Cat. It's minus 136 at Novig. It's minus 140 at FanDuel. Minus 123 at Penny. We're getting minus 115 at Underdog. Put 10 on it. Ba-doom, boom, 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 boom. If you don't like unders, this is probably not the day for you. DeMar DeRozan, come on down. You're not the next contestant. So we've already got ourselves what? How much exposure to that? Got a quick 20, and obviously I was firing up a bunch of my multi-pick cards because, you know, that's how this works. A lot of those. Again, the MME part is going to be really, really fun once we kind of get some of those pronounced edges. But Cat, we like that under. George, we like that under. Sensabaugh and Bailey, you ever drink Bailey's from a shoe? I know it's only 6.25x, but we're not scared away by that. Hell, that's basically minus 120 baseline, minus 122 for each leg at 6x. Minus 122, minus 115. So minus 118 per leg there. That's good stuff. That's good shit to put in your pipe and smoke it. Ick, got an NS pick, 3-pick flex on PrizePicks. What? What's an NS? No sweat? If it's a no sweat, you want to do that different. You want to really ramp that up if it's a no sweat. So you mean protected play? That's what they're called on PrizePicks. Your boy knows these things. Yeah, no sweat. J Metal, welcome to the family. How's Texas? 1.19K on Bam. Yeah, King of the Court. Yeah, that didn't happen for me. I didn't even play Maxime Reynaud afterwards because I knew it was already dead. That is the advantage of going late, by the way. The advantage of going late is that you realize, oh, the guy scored 50 points in the first half or some shit. Yeah, we're probably not going to win King of the Court if you didn't have Bam. So you didn't have to even chase it. So remember, for these no sweats, we talked through this. You want your odds to be north of plus 300 because your EV goes up. When you don't put the stake at play, when you get the money, like you don't get that $15 back, right? Like that's the way that it stands out. You got to be careful. Somebody's asking about pick six. But yeah, we talked through the math of that. You're a smart guy. You know exactly what I'm talking about and the conversation we had. So I'm just going to stop talking. I don't need to hear the sound of my own voice, contrary to what people think. Rudy Gobert under. I will say his double-double was like the best play yesterday of Underdog, and that came out after the show. That was annoying. And it was up for like maybe 2 minutes before it got bludgeoned to like 0.85x or something. That was tilting. But Cat rebounds. I like the under of 12.5. I know that we just took the under of 37.5 on Underdog. That is a different number there. In fact, you can compare the numbers to PrizePicks, compare them to Underdog, because this is an NBA Pick'em show after all. Are you posting these all on Tails? Yes, I did yesterday. I think the Underdog ones I didn't because we made like 20 of them on this show. We hit like 3 of them or 4 of them. We lost like $20 there. We won 60 on PrizePicks and lost the Underdog card. So it was like a $50. Pick'em was pretty flat overall. PrizePicks continues to print. So yeah, we'll do that. Team Eric, my guy, EMAC DFS. Oh, he's such a beautiful human being down in the great state of Florida. Said nobody ever, except for Players Championship. Very excited for Florida this week. Very excited for Florida. Florida swing. And then they go to Copperhead next week where Sam Burns will win again. Can't wait. Can't wait. All right. DeMar still in the under there, but pick 6. We got Randall 4.5 assists. Probably a better pick 6 play than it is anything else. And there were a couple of different boosts that existed over there. Let me look. I also couldn't get the number that I wanted to on that last thing. Or Keontae. So I haven't bet it yet. OG Anunoby, still the best play. Again, when it's minus 122 everywhere else, and then you're getting this, yeah, it's just fine if you want to play it with like a boost or you have winnings boosts or whatever else, but strongly prefer the underdog version of that just because, we can attach Gobert where the rebounds are at 11.6. So this is kind of interesting. Gobert 10 and a half rebounds there. That's a pretty low number against the Clippers. But we got his under points looking pretty good as well. And the best play for that is on pick 6 by far. By far. So we want to go Gobert under 10 and a half points there. He sucked yesterday. Holy shit. Did you watch that game? Unfortunately, I did. Gobert's not everywhere. So I like that over 10 and a half rebounds, and I like the under 10 and a half points, and they're pretty close to each other, but this fund from market-based just destroying the market. So we're going to take the under of 10 and a half rebounds for Gobert, and we'll find something else maybe we'll build 2 pick 6 cards. So yeah, I don't hate that. Ayo Dosunmu's questionable though. That'll go to like 4.2, 4.3. We'll see a little bit of a rate adjustment for Julius Randle. Becomes more Bones Highland, who's definitely not your assist forward type individual. By that I mean he's a ball hog. Where are those Towns numbers at on pick 6? Yeah, 36.5 PRA we're going to stay away from. And Bones Highland, obviously we talked through that just now. Ayu, he is the main guy with the Q tag existing in that one. Towns, 12.5 rebounds. So it's at underdog right now, but I don't hate the idea of making it a pick 6 play if we have a boost of some sort. He's at 12.5 rebounds with Mitchell Robinson back. And I know Mitchell Robinson not playing as much, but he does change the Karl Anthony Towns minutes from like 33, where I had him last game, to 30. Because Robinson's a guy they just want in that rotation. Towns, I don't know if you've ever seen this. He's foul prone. He is a dumb. So we got pick 6. What do I got for a boost of some kind? I've got an award, 25% winnings boost. All right. $50 max. $50 max. So we can go Gobert Towns for 20. I'm going to start with that because that's 3.7x. That's actually, with the boost, beating Underdog. Do we want to make one with the Gobert? Under points, so we go more for rebounds as well. These are the questions that I have in my mind. All right, so we're going to take one more on this. We'll go 10 and 10. That'll be a quick way to utilize that. $10 here. Rebounds and more on points, right? Or under on points. Under on points. Got to be very clear with what you say. Words matter. They carry weight. Gobert is everywhere. Does points just disappear while I was talking about it? Sure did. Somebody is out there in the shadows just doing mad things to me right now. Recent. There we go. Live. Let's take a look at this. Take a look. It's in our book, Reading Railroad. All right. So it's an over on his rebounds. It is an under on his points, but the points just went away as I was building it. So that's some bullshit. I'm just going to get these out as fast as possible. Just put my little crown emoji. Crown. DK pick 6 on live with Lindy. Crown. 0.1 units with the boost. That's really annoying because I was kind of boxing it out to do what I wanted to do, but whatever. Is the play not over for Gobert rebounds? It's over on Gobert rebounds, but I had his under on points. So that's what I was doing, was trying to put those together at the same time. Very annoying. Very, 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 very annoying. Go to view profile. And that should be available for everybody. Pretty quick way to get down good money, good exposure. Again, when you're going to put a couple $100 on and rotate it around, good unit management. You don't have to use the whole 50. I mean, I probably should on something with that much edge, because 3.7x already positive EV and then boosted. You probably want to fire a little bit more than I just did. But I'm just telling you what I did because that's what I'm doing here live. Fuck it, we'll do it live. Kind of wild. We're getting 4.5 rebounds there. 4.5. Why isn't Donovan Mitchell's under looking good at -122? I guess our market based is just that high on it. Let me go all the way into Odd Chopper. So this is top down betting. This is just purely based off the market. Got Mobley there, Jalen Tyson there, Bridges there. What happened with Jalen Tyson? I had his over on rebounds yesterday. It was just destroying everything. Keon Ellis in, James Harden in, kind of assumed both of those. So I'm not sure why Jalen Tyson sent to the Shadow Realm here, but you don't have a true center out there. You got Dean Wade minutes playing some of the 4, but Thomas Bryant, that's your backup center. Better rebound rate. I'm on the Mobley double-double, which, God forbid, I have CLV and I make Poppy's head explode today. Plus 160 now. Yeah, see, that sucks. So I talk about CLV. Lost 20 cents of CLV, still sitting plus 140 on DK, but one of those that I felt pretty confident that the double-double was potentially going to be like plus 140. Anything better than plus 125, I thought was pretty doable. Penny sitting at 163. Honestly, I just kind of disagree with this, once again, for a couple of reasons. These minutes are just trending up, 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 up. We've got him at 9.7 rebounds. I'm not that concerned about the points. Famous last words, but like 16 and a half. I'm just saying, I feel pretty good about that Mobley bet. Feel pretty good about it. I've noticed, Zach, especially on this show, because we're doing it live. Fuck it, we'll do it live. And when we do it live, stuff just changes in the moment. I got a 50% boost over here. Let's take a look at PrizePicks, shall we? Because PrizePicks has been very, very good to us lately, obviously. Finding some nice creative ways to still work around limits and work around what I need to over there. That's been useful. Very, very useful. But let's trim it down to just Underdog and picks. So we got the pick 6 card in. Pick 6, you got 2 easy pieces of value for those winnings boosts. Fire it up. Good times will be had by all. Feel pretty good about those. Get that out of the way. Follow me on Tails, Lindy. That's me. Hello. All right. Mobley. Of course, it's 11 and a half. Of course, it's 11 and a half. Of course. But we're going to get away from the pure market-based. I'm going to go 50-50. Donovan Mitchell, 4.5. Do not play it at PrizePicks. Julius Randle, we're going to stay far away from that one at the moment. And Kyle Anderson, points plus rebounds. If you get Io out, that is a disaster. So there's a lot of disaster things. OG Anunoby rebounds. I don't mind the under, but at 5.5. I think I just got an alert, too, from Greg Ehrenberg. You should be subbed to all the people that you trust and know to be faithful, good servants of the Lord. OG Anunoby, under 5.5 rebounds. He got that -105, so a little bit better bet right now. Although when Greg does stuff, lines also tend to move, so Maybe DK. We just kind of cling to that. But it's so nice to see Underdog is like competing with with minus 115 each side. Our lives are so much better. They're so much better than it used to be. For you pick 'em, folks. Alperen Şengün. I brought up his rates before, and I think that's actually a nice segue for us to get into another play that I liked. Because Şengün, another under that I think just looks great. We go to Houston. They're on a back-to-back. And, I mean, for the hell of it, notice how they really haven't changed anybody on this team. Everybody remains the same. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 guys. They have not changed the roster whatsoever. Insanity. What up, Lindog in chat? Yo, Larry Mavid. Appreciate you. Projected play did Ovechkin over 0.5 power play points. Zegras. Zegras is green on the other side. Cousins 1.5 points. Ooh, 20 into 560. That's my guy. See, this is the shit I'm talking about. This is good stuff. That's how you use a protected play. That's what you do. If you've ever seen me with a protected play, you have seen me ramp it up. I am always taking big shots with those. You are never not taking big shots with those. All right, per one, we don't really want that. But Şengün, 7 assists when you take Dorian Finney-Smith, Adams off the floor, 1,396 minutes. About what you're looking at. There were some minutes where Şengün was sharing the floor with Adams once upon a time. Those minutes are no more. But one thing that's kind of interesting, it's always fun learning about the modeling side of things. Like when you're really trying to get better at projections, when you're trying to get better at modeling, which again, I'm always looking to improve. We obviously have more tools in the modern era, 2026, to use to help us, but so do sports books. So like, it's not like we have new information or anything, but sometimes stuff goes overlooked. And that's really what these tools are kind of built to do, is finding what's falling through the cracks. What value can we find, and not care so much about the name attached to it and care more about what are the rates next to the situation. What are the minutes projections you're putting next to the situation? And this one's interesting to me. Opponent assist rate. Denver, 16th, dead league average. Dead league average. Adjusted defensive rate. They're not very good on that side of the ball. They are incredible on the offensive side of the ball. But look at the assist percentage for Houston. 58% of their field goals assisted. The lowest rate in the entire NBA by far. Actually tied with Boston, so not by far. 1% better than the Clippers. That's not by far. But hyperbole is fun. Just saying, there's not a lot of teams that sit south of the 59% number. 62, 63% is kind of like in the back of my mind where the league average has been over the last couple of years. Kind of where it's sitting at again, maybe a little bit lower, maybe a little tiny bit more iso ball. You're doing this on like 100 projection basis. And while the offensive rating is ridiculous for Denver, they also fit the billing of insane efficiency in the half court. Insane efficiency in the half court. So we're getting fewer possessions. We do have that little bit of a spike based on his baseline rates to 7, but it's a back-to-back. You're trimming that to around like 80% of the number, 29.5 minutes, 30 minutes. I just don't see how Şengün isn't an advantageous under at his current numbers. So under 5.5 assists. I definitely like it. It's a thing. Oh, God. Hold on. Hold on. Oh, God. McElroy said he had up to a 6-iron. What the? Oh, God. Oh, man. Let's look at the PGA shit. Who wants to anti-sweat Rory tomorrow? So 11 and a half. We're talking birdie on 16. So it's a par 5, pretty gettable par 5 with water lurking. So 5, 3, 4. 5, 3, 4 gets you to 12. You need him to make a birdie to beat you. The bogeys, either 17 or 18 with par. If he doesn't play, it just voids. $36.75. I'll take a look at those fantasy points. Where's he at here? $39.18. Oh yeah, you might have found an even better one for me. Can we hit for the sports cycle? We got an MLB today. There's Toronto, New York coming up. Cam Schlittler, how many pitches did he get up to? Got to 39 pitches in his first outing in spring training. Not at the adjusted number. I already played it. We played a lot of Sacramento stuff last night and this morning. We did not touch any of it yet on this program other than unders for DeMar DeRozan. That actually might be the thing that I want to add to this. Guys at 20 and a half. We nuked that. Guys, these are just moving. These lines are just moving. We are moving heaven and earth, helping out the people, doing everything we can. Do you like Şengün under 17 and a half points too? That one I already took, gotten positive CLV as of now. Have you? Şengün, 17, getting moved. We have the odds screen moving in real time. Oh yeah, you got the little delete thing over the U. Do you have CLV? It's 17 and a half. What did you play it at? Minus 105? It wasn't plus money. I never saw plus money on it. So maybe CLV relative to your book, but synthetic hold is kind of what I'm worried about the most. That's what it is relative to all the books that exist. And right now we've got 105 and minus 115. So 4.7% synthetic hold. That is literally as efficient as it gets. We don't have anything inside of minus 105 on this side of it. We don't have anything. Oh, bookmaker just dropped it to minus 110 as I'm talking, which is pretty hilarious. There's a minus 104 there at Novig, only slightly. Minus 105 to minus 115. All right, so yeah, it's relative to your book. You might have gotten some CLV, but CLV relative to the entire market is kind of what I'm always worried about. Just because there's still a minus 105 hanging out there at 17 and a half, but I think this, just to get some Rory exposure on him playing like shit tomorrow, I hate to do it to my guy. Plus, it's only a 3-hole sample size, but 17 and 18. We know the trouble that lurks on 17, and 18's probably the hardest hole on the golf course. So yeah, I'll take one shot on Rory just not having it all together tomorrow if he's just hitting 6 irons on the range. Dude didn't play a practice round, hasn't hit a driver since last Friday. I want to say that's not good when you're going to play TPC Sawgrass with water everywhere those last 3 holes. We're already an hour into this stream. Hit that like button if you could for me. Let's find ourselves some goodness. So, PGA. Let's go back and take a look at this, because there's some things that exist in the PGA streets that I really, really like for this week. A couple of stacks that exist. Hey, there's a DraftKings promotion. Shocking. All right, they're teeing off at 4:40 a.m. So 7:40 a.m. Eastern time. It's going to get a little bit hairy kind of on the later stages of this first wave of tee times. So before 9:30 a.m., it's like the 6:28 patch. This is kind of the grouping of guys that I'm going to be avoiding the most. Looks like there's going to be a lot of wind potentially early on there. And then the next day, it also looks a little bit brutal. That's from a DFS perspective. But from a betting perspective, not a lot of names. Robert McIntyre, I'm sure he's got some stuff sitting there for him. Also, one of my favorite things to do, get up early in the morning with a nice coffee, take my dog for a walk, and try to react to some of these second wave 10 through 18 and 1 through 9 spots. If one of the 9s is playing extremely difficult, if there's some pins that look really, really difficult, there have been some edges, especially at golf tournaments like the Players' Championship, the Masters for sure. But the Masters, everybody tees off of 1, so you kind of see the holes at the same time as they're coming through, and books can react to it sooner. If you have split tees, which you see the dashes next to the name for everybody, those dashes mean that they tee off on the back 9, and they tee off on the front 9. So you get to see both sides of it in real time and be able to react to how each 9 is playing within 2 hours. Does that make sense? It's a really good thing. It's a really good thing. My guy, Lindy. Hello. Thoughts on Ingram over points? I believe 21.5. We'll take a look. It's really hot here at TPC. Are you down there? That's fantastic. Ponte Vedra, I love. And every year it takes you about 2 to 3 hours to get a few blocks down the road in traffic. Oh yeah, no, you're fucked. You might as well walk to Timbuktu. You might as well walk to the grocery store. You might as well walk everywhere, because there are a shit ton of people that go to that golf tournament. Even in 2020, I can't believe that they canceled a golf tournament with COVID in 2020 after 2 rounds. In Florida. I'm just going to say, not even a political thing. It's just, I would assume Florida would finish that damn golf tournament, but they haven't. I just got a bunch of NBA boosts. Sick. What a time to be alive. Let's build some shit. Brandon Ingram, 21.5. I can already tell you I'm probably not going to like it, but that's just me kind of, I'm not sure. You might have something. -115, best available price outside of Circa Bookmaker. Okay. Pick 6 already nuked it. -123 at Penny. So it's about efficient based off of Penny's vig, but I'm looking at $37 there. All right. Let's go to the props tool. It's trying. If you could talk me into any sort of a rates adjustment with Jakob Poeltl off the floor, you might have something. Otherwise, probably not. And I had just looked at this yesterday. I was so focused on Sandro Mamukashvili that I couldn't even see straight, so that didn't help. Sounds like walking, yeah. I saw Ludacris was performing. That's so crazy. I heard it was fantastic. Didn't he already perform? I feel like I heard he already performed on Tuesday. Or is he performing tonight? I feel like he performed yesterday. I was watching Golf Channel. I might have misheard that. They were talking about Ludacris, which I find to be pretty fun. I don't know, man. Feels a little bit thin to me. I want it. I want it for you. I mean, terrible defensive team. How's DeJounte Murray been defensively to start? I know it's a different position, but it's just overall team defense because we know Herb Jones traditionally going to be guarding a Brandon Ingram, and that's not good news for you. Where's New Orleans? There we go. Shit. Pretty flat. Watch this, though. Yo! How are we doing, Herb Jones? How are you this fine day? Sadiq Bey, too. Been down this season. It's just a question of, I mean, individual defense doesn't matter that much, but like RJ Barrett, Brandon Ingram. Oh, it's so hard to tell. 6'8", 190. Always funny when a guy's 6'8" and skinnier than me. That's annoying. It's fringe. It's really, really fringe. I mean, the thing you need some kind of a rate adjustment. I probably can't do it, but we'd walked through it for the most part. Probably going to be a pass for me when it's all said and done. Oop. Well, what do you have, Lindy? I have lots of things. Both have a great matchup versus NOP and amazing power. No, they don't. Herb Jones exists. What are you talking about? Literally just put it on the screen. Herb Jones is one of the best on-ball defenders in the NBA. I do not think he has a good matchup. I actually believe the opposite. I believe primary defender is the worst for him and probably pretty good for RJ Barrett. Like Bay probably goes on Barrett. Herb Jones probably goes on Ingram. Both are not ideal. I know the Bay numbers aren't as good in terms of plus minus. He's played a lot of minutes. I mean, Herb Jones is just good. Herb Jones is just so good defensively. He's such a nothing offensively, and that's where like the true shooting. And when he knocked down that three that would have burned me if I had betted against Sacramento, felt pretty vindicated. I am selfish. I am right. He's so bad shooting. So bad. But he's got such a tight distribution because this is what happens when you aren't like responsible for any offensive production and you're just a great defender. This is what happens earlier in the season when you don't have DeJounte Murray. You get spike games, you get floor games, you get a lot of this stuff. But overall, he's going to have a more balanced estimated plus minus because defense. You can travel with that. That's what I was told by football coaches. Defense travels. I don't know if I completely believe that, but whatever. There's a Jalen Johnson freebie on PrizePicks. I know. We could maybe look at some PrizePicks, fire something else up as well. Gotta probably, use better wording, Cheshire Cat. We can explain things in better vernacular than that. We can do it. Nicorette can help. All right. Let's get ourselves a little bit more naughty things in our lives. I just refreshed this. We got an update at 135. That's good times. But OG Anunoby still looking all right in that under. I saw Greg on that as well. With these 30% boosts, you best believe we're looking at positive E Central here. So we'll take a lower on his rebounds. Ball. That's a little inflated for me. A little bit inflated. The Bones Highland one staying away because we still got IO questionable. Ant staying away. Still got IO questionable. Karl Anthony Towns sitting there at 12.5 now at minus 155. That's not ideal. Jalen Suggs, baby, I'm Jalen Suggs. I don't know. Let's lean into our projections one time for the old Gipper. I want to pull up Sacramento one more time. Where are we still at for DeMar DeRozan? Points plus rebounds has now gotten nuked, like in a place where we should maybe play that, or just points. We took the under, though, of points and assists, and that came out pretty nice for us because points and assists together are all the way down here in the doldrums, now at 20 and a half. 21 and a half is where we ended up getting that at, 26.6. So we gave him a little bit more production in terms of the minutes. How am I feeling about that? How am I feeling about that as a person in the world? I don't think I can go back on my word. And I'm a man of my word. Nick Clifford, minus 159. There's just a better bet. Maxime Reynaud, we talked about him already. I still think I do like 26.5 PRA, but we're not going to play it on Underdog where it's plus 107 in the market. We can just find better pick 'em plays long-term than that, where we can find them from a market-based perspective to some extent as well. Wendell Carter, 6.5 rebounds. No, it's got a negative multiplier that's pretty much to the gills. 4.5 rebounds for Jalen Tyson. I still feel good about that. I don't know why he's getting movement against it other than box score watchers. His rates do not bear out that under would be a thing that you should even be remotely worried about. I'm not going to do it right now. We don't have time. I got to get myself going. Get one more card for the people. There's a college basketball boost too. Probably you'll utilize that in the premium Discord. Again, so many boosts, so little time to live our lives because we got to know. Let's bring up Clifford one more time. Clifford, the big red dog, up to 14.5 points. Man, we are moving lines. We are moving lines today, my friends. Everything I say is moving. All the things you said, running through my head. Oh, Giannonobi's still looking the best market-based. Bones, Q-tag. Let's look at the NHL streets to maybe round out a card. Get a little bit more for the people. Plus, we haven't looked at the NHL tool yet, which is also available at Stochastic. Lindy 15, down at the link below. Those are good times. I understand. Oh, boy, more blocks in our lives. More block props. Oh, boy. Anything from market-based, because I don't want to go 100% origination. I actually rather go a little bit heavier market-based because I don't know hockey as well. Can't give as much intel. All block props, really? Only shot on goal? Dvorak? 0.1% EV? Yuck. What an ugly 2 games today. What are we doing here? All right, we're going to do this with Rory one more time. PGA. Is 11.5 is 16, 17, 18. It's higher, lower there. What's Cameron Young's at? I mean, Rory's so good at this track. Let's find this MLB thing to go with it. Okay, for the sport trifecta. Let's get ready to gamble. Here we go. Oh, Eric Lauer pitching too. He's nasty. Haven't looked at any of his preseason numbers. We're doing it live. Cam Schlittler, sure have. I'm actually wondering where they put Jazz at. Jazz not played anything spring training? Not for a while. Jesus. This was outstanding in 2023, but then 2024 off, came back last season. 1.08 whip to lefties, 234 average, a little bit worse. Didn't walk any of them. That's a good thing when you're talking about the fantasy score. All right. OG Anunoby, 5.5 rebounds lower. Rory McIlroy, higher than 11.5 here. And Jazz, 5.5 fantasy points. Oh, it's a little bit nuked for my liking. So we're going to remove that one. We're going to make it 10 on Jazz plus OG to round out our program. I'm going to go utilize some boosts. But we were able to build a pick six card. We were able to take a look at PrizePicks. I'll fire that up over on Tails as well. Built out a ton of underdog goodness, and these lines, they were moving like crazy. We already got some CLV, it looks like, coming our way on DeMar DeRozan, under 21.5 points plus assists. We got ourselves Keontae George, 25.5 points plus assists under as well. The Filipowski, I mean, there's just a lot of interesting stuff that you could do earlier in the day that you really can't do now. It's really, really hard, but we're still waiting on the Keontae George news. Haven't seen that come across my timeline here yet. That is going to be a big deal. So keep your eyes peeled. Tons that are going to be coming your way. I will post a ton. Lindy up in the house. Oh, it's all good times. It's all good times, my friends. Also, let's not talk politics ever. These are good things. With IOQ tag, Bones over 14.5 points, plus rebounds, 2.1x on pick six, or am I reaching? I don't mind the upside for it. A little bit of my concern is they can go Terrence Shannon. You saw that yesterday. He actually played well in that garbage time. And Kyle Anderson, I know he just got done playing the 5 for Memphis. He is not a 5 for us. So there are lots of ways where you can slide everybody down one peg. You're getting some of these consolidated minutes. Starters didn't have to play a lot yesterday because we were terrible. So I think Bones Highland goes from like 12 to 18. I don't hate the upside play on it, but you got to know you're pretty stone cold dead in the event that IO plays. Pretty stone cold dead. So I don't know if the risk is worth the reward. It depends also. You could have a boost that pushes it to a really crazy place on a 2-pick card with something else that is positive EV. But I got to go. We got ourselves live before lock coming up in 37 minutes over on the Stochastic YouTube channel. Going to post some more stuff for you in the Pick'em streets for free. Don't forget, follow me on Tails. That is Lindy. That is me. Hello. How are you this fine day? I'm going to get out of here. This was an awesome stream, talking through a lot of process, talking through a lot of plays. We even looked at some MLB goodness. We are hoping that left on left, that we get our guy, Jazz Chisholm, to go under 5.5 fantasy points for tonight. That would be very, very lovely for everybody involved. Also lovely involved, if you guys checked out any of the tools here at Stochastic or at OddShopper, use promo code Lindy15 when you do. That will come in handy. Now, minus 115, still best available outside of Bookmaker and Circa. I don't know. Ingram. I don't think I can do it. I don't think I have enough power, but I'm out of here. Until next time, friends, I'm Eric Lindquist. Best of luck in the NBA streets. Don't forget also this thing right here. Promo code second half, 50% off a month. Link is in my bio on X. It's also down in the video description box below. Jump into the Lindy Discord, get all of the pick'em plays, get all of the bets, get all of the things. And I'm going to get the heck up out of here. Have a great day. See you back here tomorrow.